Video games have come a long way since the days of Pong.
More than 100 million Americans play every single day, but when does a hobby turn into an addiction?
Courtny Gerrish is here with a closer look. Courtny?
Jake, China was the first country to declare video game addiction a real disorder. But here in the U.S., it's not considered a true addiction. And some experts say that's a big mistake.
I stay up really late.
Josh Hurst goes to war every day. From an office chair perched in front of an HD TV, he battles his enemies online for hours at a time.
There is a certain amount of adrenaline rush that goes with it, you know, the idea of playing against players from all over the world.
Hurst has plenty of company. 15 million copies of his favorite game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, have been sold worldwide. The average player is online 18 hours a week, but is it an addiction?
My wife would definitely say addict. I don't know.
Part of the problem is it's not necessarily recognized as a diagnosable disorder.
Psychologist Ned Rubin believes some people truly are addicted to video games.
A lot of the same brain chemicals are involved. A person gets the same kind of emotional charge from the game.
Osceola native Elizabeth Woolley blames video game addiction for her son Sean's suicide in 2001. Last year, an Oak Creek man was convicted of ripping off his UW fraternity. He stole $12,000 to support his gaming habits. But because video game addiction is not officially recognized, it's hard to find help.
It's a long process, and it's not necessarily easy to do.
Ryan Van Cleve is a walking example of how hard it can be.
It took about 20 years to kind of figure out that, I had an unhealthy relationship with video games. I started in college, and, it kind of took me to sort of bottom out and lose just about everything in my life and really have a crisis moment to realize, you know what? This is a life I don't recognize. This is a person I don't want to be, and my future's going to be exactly the same unless I take charge and reinvent myself and change everything in my life.
The Menominee Falls native went cold turkey and uninstalled all the games from his computer.
I felt like a 3-pack-a-day smoker with a nick fit. My hands were nervous because I'm always used to doing them nice. And, I couldn't eat because I had a nervous stomach. I couldn't sleep because I was still playing the games in my head. It was awful.
Van Cleve, an author and poet, details the pain of game addiction in his new book, Unplugged, My Journey into the Dark World of Video Game Addiction. He wrote it to give other addicts some help he didn't get.
It's always a secret to the addict. They're the last person to uncover the secret, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary.
Dr. Rubin says there are 3 important keys to recognizing addiction: craving the game, continuing play even if it's affecting your life adversely, and losing control. Another sign there's a problem: lying about how much time you spend online.
I think that's where you start to run into some danger that leads to addiction and a lot of unhealthy behaviors. And for some people, it costs them everything, including their life. Van
Cleve now spends his free time writing and playing the occasional board game with friends or family.
I think games are terrific.
As for Josh Hurst, he says his gaming isn't a problem.
It's not like I get the shakes if I don't play for a few days.
Until we asked what would make him give it up.
I don't know that anything will. I don't think that anything will. For me, it's entertainment. It's entertainment.
The official tool for classifying mental illness and addiction is being changed, and video game addiction could be recognized in that new version. In the meantime, some addiction specialists are actually treating game addicts, so there is some help out there.
You don't think of it as being addictive, but clearly it is.
Yeah.
You can't give it up, and you're there hours and hours.
You can be addicted, I guess, to anything. Boy, Courtney, thank you for shedding some light on this.